Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here, greetings, boys, girls, and all the non-binary friends, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Hokey smokes, another brand new day. Yay! My glasses are filthy. Just thought I'd mention. Thumbs up for that. I am hacking and wheezing up a storm. I do not have a cold. It is either pollen or still hacking and wheezing from my neighbors burning all that plastic and breathing all the fumes. So yay, life is life. Anyway though, just thought I'd mention, yesterday I said it was raining. It rained most of the day, and in fact when I went out walking last night I took my umbrella. Didn't have to use it the entire time. It was a case of use it, put it down, put it up, put it down, put it up, put it down the entire time. That was fine. It's nice. I like the smell of rain. I like the way rain feels. It was nice. It was good. It is dry and sharpish outside, so it must not be a cloud cover. Thumbs up for that. Yay! A very good thing. I slept last night. It was a little later when I got to bed. I woke up earlier than I liked. My bladder was full. And it was within like 45 minutes, half an hour of the normal time I get up. So I got up early. So joy on that. Definite thumbs up. But life is life. At least I slept. And that's a good thing. I have not had any major cramping with my legs for a while. I have had them complain and argue and just about cramp when I've been able to quickly get back out of the situation so they don't. But it's been close. But it hasn't been a cramping situation for a while. Of course, once again, I have to put my sheets on my bed so that my legs from my knees down are uncovered. And not just uncovered, I have 2 fans blowing over my legs to keep them cool. Because if my body overheats, and I can't even put on too many blankets, because if my upper body gets too warm, this happens too. Excuse me. If my legs get too warm or my upper body gets too warm, thus my whole body gets too warm, my legs cramp. So, joy. Life is life, though. And I like I said, I don't know if it's pollen or damage, or I've had some more, because budget weed was back. I bought some budget weed, and I've been smoking a lot of budget weed this month instead of just using like cannabis concentrate through my oil rig. I have been using a lot of cannabis through my pipe, and it does do damage. It doesn't do anywhere near the damage. It's not carcinogenic damage like with tobacco smoke, because after all, THC, cannabis, the plant itself actually does hunt down and destroy a whole bunch of tumors. Sorry about this. But it still does damage. I'm still burning. So, life is life. Now, I do have a few things written down on my topics list. One, a thing that doesn't have anything to do with anything. But yesterday I did have therapy. After therapy, my head's always kind of shook around, so I didn't get much done after that. But my therapist is very pleased with a whole bunch of stuff. And I said, when I was talking about how my med works, and I wish I could take it every 6 hours, even before I go to bed. Wouldn't be good, because my blood pressure needs to come down. It's not horrible. Good Lord, my sincere apologies. Taking my ADHD med also works, in my views, as a mood stabilizer. My therapist agrees in that he said what happens a lot when you have depressive thoughts and the ADHD, you're hit with a bunch of depression thoughts. You try to deal with 1 or 2 of them. But because your mind is essentially a wind tunnel with 1,000 ping pong balls in it, before you can deal with this depressive thought and prove it not true, they're ripped out and new depressive thoughts are put in. I think there's a lot more pollen in the air too. Ugh. After the rains, lots of plant growth. Thumbs up. But let's see if I can keep up the train of thought with all this coffee and hacking. My sincere apologies. Because you've got all that going on, you can't deal with the thoughts to be able to deal with the depression. It's constantly new thoughts being brought in, dragging you down. With the ADHD meds, I'm able to deal with and think about these thoughts instead of being overwhelmed by them. I have described it as when my mood is going down, it's like jumping into a roller coaster cart on a track going down, just whoosh, and it's going to be hell for a while. Because of the medications, because of therapy, I'm able to identify now when I'm climbing into that car, and I do my best to get out using the behavioral therapy stuff that I've used. A lot of the techniques I use, I can't even put words on anymore. They are just things that I learned and I can now do. I can now do. I am so sorry. I am able to do that. I cannot always identify when I'm getting in. Sometimes I'm only able to identify that I'm actually in the car when it's going down. At that point, I use my stuff to try and stop the cart and get out. So that helps. Slowing down lets me deal with the stuff, get out of the cart, and when I'm, not get into it and identify these things. And that's been great. It's been awesome. So definitely a thumbs up on that. So yeah, yesterday I didn't do a whole lot, but now I'm going to do a lot of talking about, once again, the cosmic horror framework stuff. I've talked about how I'm going to be having to do a video series on the whole thing if I want to explain it all. One of the things I've talked about is there is a vanilla universe where nothing happens. Universes are created, universes spawn, they wither, they die. There's no extra universal energies, there's no cosmic horrors, there's nothing. So it's just endless creation, and it continues forever. Then there's the one where the people who made the infinite abandoned city, well, it wasn't abandoned when they were living there, they made the city. I have posited, without thinking about what and why and further on that one, that the city radiates a feeling downward into the rest of the multiverse. I've never really thought about what and why and who and how, just it does this, and never really explored it too much. Lately I started thinking about that, and the horror of what has happened extends not just to us, but to more than that. After all, the people who had peopled this city evacuated. They left. An infinite number of people, a truly infinite number of people, not a number so large our brains can't comprehend it, infinite, no, but infinite. And all of these people, an infinite number of them, in an infinitely large space, evacuated in an orderly fashion, in a quick and safe fashion as they could, but they left. Now, for these people that made the city, for the construction of the city being a philosophical, theological, mechanical, engineering feat to get it all done and made, they were somehow able to push it all through so that this beginning and construction of the city, it had always existed, pushed back from before the singularity at the heart of the multiverse, so that it had always existed. And so there were always, for an infinite amount of time, an infinite amount of people in an infinite amount of space. And the city had been designed to house them, to keep them safe, provide them with everything, and enrich them. The city loved the people, and the people felt this, and it resonated with them, and the people loved the city back, and the city felt this and resonated with it, and it was a feedback of goodwill and love. They were kept happy, maintained, enriched for an eternal, infinite amount of time. And then Amaterasu came swimming out of the void straight for the city. That was when further multiversal splits. Good Lord. When there was a multiverse where they evacuated, a multiverse where they fought and won. But in this multiverse, they evacuated. And so the city, designed to enrich and keep happy an infinite number of people for an infinite amount of time, suddenly everybody is gone. And there are 12 beings that are strangers that scared them all away, and then 2 of them leave. And now the city is alone. It radiates abandonment and loss to the rest of the multiverse, because it was abandoned. All of its people left it, and lost because it has no purpose now. There's also a lot of fear in there too, because even while it doesn't like Amaterasu and Jima-Ray, the only 2 cosmic horrors that are still present and live in the city, even though it doesn't like what it is doing to them, they're the only living things left. It's not alone with them there. And even though the cosmic horrors are extra multi-universal, they come from who knows where and what, they are still matter and energy. Strange matter, strange energy, but they are still physical objects. And physical objects have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when they end, the city will be alone for an infinite amount of time. It's horrific. So yeah, abandonment, loss, fear for the future. All of this radiates through the multiverse. No wonder people that live there feel the way they do. You know, it's kind of weird too, because all of the things that I posit that would happen with a multiverse that has too much stuff happening and that's eventually going to burn out. I mean, it's like for the people that live inside of them, when things are bad, it's like you have, geopolitical upheaval and biodiversity collapse and climate change and, all the things we're suffering from right now. I don't think our universe exists within the vanilla, boring multiverse. I do not believe that there is anything like what I talk about. And when I posit all of these things, I take a lot of the things that mathematicians and scientists believe right now, but I am not a mathematician or scientist, so I don't understand them. So I take ideas of modern science, give them a little tweak, and use that. That's why I say that normal matter, our matter, we constantly split and create new universes all the time. That is just a function of normal matter. A lot of scientists really believe fully in the many worlds hypothesis. A lot of scientists don't. A lot of scientists can point to the equations for all this stuff and say it explains everything. A lot of scientists look at it and say that's way too complicated and simplest is easiest. So what's the actual answer? I don't know. But it sounds really, really good for a cosmic horror framework. Thumbs up for that. And again, I'm so sorry for coughing so much. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration, even as I hack my lungs out. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people finally left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now as I do the video. I'm going to read them all afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. It is getting easier. Thumbs up for that. Excuse me. Drank soda before I started. Now all the gas wants out. And since I am no hyper vlogger, I leave it in. Yay. If I mispronounce a username, I'm an American English speaker. And even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, partially treated ADHD, and more, I'm sometimes lucky that, well, yeah, I'm getting a lot better at that, though. I can remember a lot more than I used to, and that's a good thing. So, Sabrina Capistrano, thumbs up, and thank you very much. Excuse me. Dasharath, thumbs up and thank you. John Markowitz Jr., greatly appreciated. We have Bunky Monkey, I like the name. Confused Owl 29, good to see you in the comments. Brendan Cabrera, thumbs up. Ricky Bettini, definitely good to see you. We have DVR03, thumbs up, and hopefully today I'll be able to get to you on the DMs on Twitter. We have Motav 80, thumbs up and thank you. Fat 30 skate I think my text is not clear, but thank you very much. Eden Sicard, greatly appreciated. Ichimatsuko, thumbs up and thank you. Rob Sandy, greatly appreciated. Trixie with an X instead of an I, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have IDK, greatly appreciated. There is Jinx, thumbs up and thank you. Zolchi, Xiolchit, thumbs up and thank you. And Flora Mew, good to see you in the comments, and thumbs up, thank you very, very much. We have Ruru Luca, greatly appreciated. There is Cheska 326. I think the text is not all that clear. And as I scroll looking for people, Laura, Camille Calma, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Ryan Greenberg, greatly appreciated and looking forward to the postcard. Ice Damon, thumbs up. We have Ito, greatly appreciated, and that is it. 24 comments. Greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Suddenly I'm way too warm, so I need to turn my fan on the moment that I stop recording. But thank you so much. Each and every one of you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Definitely a thumbs up and appreciated to no end. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com of what is hopefully the updated list, but might not be, that would be very, very cool. Like one of these beautiful and awesome people on the hopefully, but probably not updated list. Hopefully. That would be very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. If you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. If you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well, with things like Reptisand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. Thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation of my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Yay! Definitely a good thing. No, okay, smokes. Those fumes. Hopefully my neighbor did not kill me by burning plastic in such a way that if I wanted to be in the house, I couldn't avoid breathing the fumes. So yay. But when it comes to the pandemic and going outside, please be smart. Do the best you can. Try to wear a mask. If you're vaccinated, it's just healthier. And if you're not, please definitely do so. Maintain your social distancing. Don't touch your face if you can. Wash your hands and just do your very, very best. It's still bad all the way around the world. Some places better than others, but it could go south anywhere at any time. Be careful. Oof. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And I and my wheezing lungs think that is a very good thing. Ophelia was gotten by the gargoyle, so I gotta fight the gargoyle? Oh boy, I've only got 13 of these.